Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm reviewing The Creator. As a future war between the human race and artificial intelligence rages on, ex-Special Forces agent Joshua is recruited to hunt down and kill the Creator, the elusive architect of advanced AI. The Creator has developed a mysterious weapon that has the power to end the war and all of mankind. As Joshua and his team of elite operatives venture into enemy-occupied territory, they soon discover the world-ending weapon is actually an AI in the form of a young child. This movie is directed by Gareth Edwards. I remember the first time I saw the trailer for this movie, I was blown away and I instantly looked it up to see when it was coming out. I'm a sci-fi fan and I loved what Gareth Edwards did with Rogue One. It's one of my favorite Star Wars movies and I really like John David Washington as an actor too. So I was pretty hyped to go and check this one out. And I had a great time watching this movie. I thought it was great. Right off the bat, this is the best looking movie I've seen all year. It's visually breathtaking. The shots, the effects, the lighting are just all beautiful to look at. Greg Fraser is just one of the best cinematographers working today. He's amazing. He's done a lot of great things over the past few years, the main highlight for me being the Batman, which you guys know how I feel about the Batman. The world feels real and lived in instead of a just crazy over-the-top CGI fest. It definitely helps take this movie to another level. And as always, Hans Zimmer delivers an amazing score that really adds a lot to certain moments in the film. This movie feels inspired by a whole bunch of different pieces of sci-fi and they all just blend really well together for me. Visually, it almost reminds me of a Christopher Nolan film mixed with some visuals and aesthetics from Blade Runner and some of the futuristic Call of Duty campaigns, mainly Advanced Warfare and Black Ops 3. This is definitely more of an action-heavy sci-fi movie instead of a longer, slower world-building sci-fi movie. So depending on what you like, that could be a turn on or a turn off. Now, even though I really did like this movie, I can see some of the shortcomings it has. And the main one to me is the pacing. This movie's pretty dense and it's not that long, but it feels like there's an original cut of the movie out there that is much longer than the one we got. The story moves pretty quick and it feels like all of the action stuff was left in the movie, while some of the slower character and world-building moments were maybe cut out. It doesn't ruin the experience for me, but it does make the movie feel a little jumpy at times. And that's kind of a shame because we go to a lot of different locations in the movie and they're all cool and look beautiful, but we don't really get to spend too much time in one specific area. The different locations do have a unique look and feel to them and they do all look very good. And I also think the AI in the movie look really cool. The effects are great. And there's also just a lot of really dope technology in the movie, which I thought was pretty awesome to see. Even though the story itself is pretty simple, there's a lot crammed in there. So it kind of makes the movie a little overwhelming after a first viewing. For this runtime, it feels like the movie might have bit off a little bit more than it could chew. The movie has to set up this world, the conflict, the humans, the AI, the technology, and the key character relationships. You get the basics of everything, but sometimes you don't get more than just the basics. But I thought the basics were great. It left me wanting more in a good way. Even though some of the main relationships in the movie can feel a little rushed and forced at times, it still really worked for me for some reason. Every time there was an emotional beat in the story, it did hit for me, even though the movie could have took a little bit more time to let things breathe and develop a little bit more. And I think a lot of that is a credit to the great performances from John David Washington and Madeleine Yuna Voyles. I think they both do a great job with what they're giving and they really make the whole movie work. I liked and cared about them both, even though they're not too fleshed out and developed. And I think most people's enjoyment of this movie is going to come down to the relationship between Josh and Alfie. If what's in the movie works for you, I think you're going to like the movie like I did. And if it's not enough for you, I don't think you're going to end up liking this movie that much. And if it doesn't work for you, that's honestly understandable because like I said, there's not too much there. There's just something about those performances that just really invested me in the story and made me care. And like I said, the story itself is pretty simple, nothing too crazy. And there is a twist in the movie that I did see coming, which is kind of unfortunate, but it still worked for me. I thought it made sense. It wasn't just a twist to have a twist. It's just kind of unfortunate that I did see it coming. But to be fair, for some reason, I'm pretty good at like predicting twists. I don't know why. There's not too many twists that actually shock me, so take that as you will. On paper, I feel like I really shouldn't have liked this movie as much as I did because I did list out a good amount of flaws with the movie, but I just had fun with this one. Even if the flaws are kind of apparent to me, they just didn't really affect me too much for some reason this time around. Overall, The Creator is a really enjoyable and intense sci-fi action movie that looks absolutely gorgeous. Even though the characters and relationships could have been fleshed out more and we could have slowed down a little bit to take everything in, I still love the overall package of the movie. The Creator is clocking in at at a 94% on the Bravo barometer. I feel like I really do say this all the time, like, oh, the score could change on a rewatch. I do plan to rewatch it soon, but as of right now, it is one of my favorite movies of the year so far. I really do think this movie deserves to be seen in a theater on the big screen. This movie definitely has some flaws. We'll see how they hit me a second time around. But for now, I'm recommending that you guys go and check this one out. But those are just my opinions. Let me know what you thought of the movie and my review in the comments below. And don't forget to drop a like on the video and subscribe for more reviews coming very soon. And as always, I appreciate you for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out, everybody.